Hey guys, welcome back to How to LeetCode with Jeff episode 7. Today we're going to be solving missing number. Given an array nums containing n distinct numbers in this range of 0 and our given input n, return the only number that is missing basically. So 301, we can immediately jump to, our brain will tell us that, hey, 2 is going to be the one that's missing, right? Because if 3 is the max amount of numbers and we're going to be starting at 0, 0 indexed, 0, 1, where's 2, right? 0, 1, and then 3. So immediately we can return 2. Same for this one. This one's a little bit trickier because 2 is actually the one that's missing, but the range, since there are two numbers, the range is going to be 0 through 2. And this, there's actually like 4 different ways to solve this. However, we're going to be focusing on the more optimal bit manipulation one, and that's going to require us to review exclusive OR operator first. I'll just quickly go over the optimal approach, or the brute force solution, where you're basically checking, you're going to be iterating through the range of numbers, and if that number, if the index is not in nums, then we can go ahead and return that the number associated with that index. Why is that a little bit slower? Because just of the fact that when you're calling not in, I believe it's doing a linear scan of the array, which is again O of n, and we're already iterating, I guess, through the range. So the question here is, can we do better, right? And we can basically go ahead and review XOR really quickly. So what is exclusive OR again? It's gonna be 1 1. Let's do the truth table for it. 1 1 0 0 1 0, right? So exclusive OR is saying it can be either or, right? But not both. So in the normal case, 1 1 would actually be 1 for a regular OR, but exclusive OR is saying that it can't be both, no matter if it's 1 1 or 0 0. And the main idea, well, like, why is this useful to us, right? So let me draw the binary representation of, imagine this is a 4-bit, this is just 4 bits, and this is the decimal representation of just 1 in binary. Why is this useful to us? Because you can see quickly 1 1 is going to be 0 for XOR. We're going to be performing XOR, and these all cancel out to be 0. So for example, if we did have, let's say, 3, I believe that's how you XOR in Python. If the order doesn't really matter, right? Because it's yeah, I'm not, the word is skipping my head, but essentially these cancel out, and then we're going to be left with 3. The same way how you see that 1 1 cancels out. So this can be useful because think of this as the range based off the maximum value of that list, up till, and we can compare that with our input array. And if all of it is canceling out, what we will be left with, for example, if we did, I believe this is going to be the sorted order, and then we're going to be doing the range. So if we XORed all of these, 0 would cancel out, this would cancel out, this would cancel out, and then boom, we're left with 2. That looks like a Z, but there we go, that's better. That's our answer. So let's jump into the code. What is this going to look like in code? Let's quickly also review range, which is, range in Python is basically start, stop, and step. The decrement is going to be -1. We're not using -1 here. And we can start off by initializing n is equal to the length of nums, and we will see why it's going to be useful. We're going to set our return value equal to this n. And while we're iterating through, so for the index, in range of length of nums, essentially what we want to do is, because Python is +1, or is not +1, its range is going to be in exclusive n minus 1. So we're gonna have to account for that, right? How do we account for this? This is basically giving us if n was equal to 3 in this case, this would give us the range of 0, 1, 2. And this is bad because what if we needed to, for example, this would map to an hour index. And this is based off example 1. And forgive me if this is kind of confusing. The 0 index would map to here and map here and map here, right? So we want to now be able to start zoring everything. We want to zor the range of the range of the missing numbers that are possible, and then our nums. So ret val, the return value is gonna be this caret, and then index, and then we're also gonna be doing the same thing for this is how you access it in nums. And then now after that, everything should be canceled out, and we could just go ahead and return our excuse me, our return value. I is not defined. Do not use the right variable names, guys. Index. Submit that, and boom, that is way faster than if we were to. Yeah, that is way faster than if we were to call not in. So that is how you solve to LeetCode 268 missing number. You might expect a couple videos from today because it's just a good day to be learning, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.